So very quickly, what are the principles, underlining principles, biblical principles for the practice of giving? Number one is the principle of proportional giving, or what we call the proportional principle. When God instituted giving, He instituted giving as a system that demonstrates your appreciation of what He has given to you. Because you wouldn't even give in the first place if you were not given. And so every time a man gives, what God is looking at is his appreciation of what has been entrusted to him. So the principle of proportional giving is a principle of acknowledgement and appreciation of what has been entrusted or committed to us. So when God demands that we give, He's trying to vet to understand whether we truly acknowledge and appreciate what has been committed to us. Deuteronomy chapter 16 verse 17, the Bible speaking now, it said, every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of the Lord thy God, which He has given unto thee. Every man should give as what? As he is able, and according to the blessings that the Lord has blessed him. So when all of us come here to give, God is not looking at the amount of money we are giving. God is looking at the percentages we are giving, because as far as He's concerned, that percentage is a testimony of acknowledgement from our hearts that, Lord, this is what you have entrusted me with, and I'm coming to say thank you. So God vetoes giving based on proportionality. What have you received from me? Have you acknowledged it? So when you come to me, what you present shows. If I give you a job, for instance, or I give you a contract that is worth billions, and then you come to my house and you carry a flower, a rose flower of 300 naira, and say, yes, flower is important. I appreciate what you did for me. Augusta, do you know what I did for you? Do you really appreciate it? Do you understand what I'm saying here? That's why the Bible says everybody who is giving shall give as is what? Able, according to the blessing that God has blessed him. That's what God is looking at. And that's why God judges percentages. Somebody may give $1 and God will marvel at the heart of that person. With the little I gave you, you came to show gratitude with this. God will be so blessed by that heart. And another person may give $1 million and God is wondering, is this all you can give to show gratitude from all I've done for you? So you who is a natural man who sees according to the eyes will say, Kai, this guy who gave 1 million is a giver. No, he's a very stingy man. As far as God is concerned, because he is operating the system based on proportional principle. Look at the Bible. How many of you have read the story of the poor widow? Luke 21 verse 1 to 4. Look at the way Jesus judged it. I'm showing you principles. This is why nobody should preach you into giving, sir. Understand the principle, work accordingly. I know how much God has blessed me, so I show my gratitude based on that blessing. Every time I give to God, I'm making a statement. It's an acknowledgement. He said, and he looked up and saw the rich men casting their gifts into the treasury. This is Jesus now. Verse 2. And he saw also a certain poor widow casting in thither 2 mites. Can we go to NLT or TPT? I want you to understand 2 mites. Some of these ancient translations, you don't appreciate the subject better. Did you notice that the Bible specified the first group as rich people, and this one as what? Poor widow. And he said, of a truth, I say unto you, we bless you, Lord, you are holy. And forever. This person in the studio, the Lord help us. I tell you the truth, Jesus said, this poor widow has given more than all the rest of them. How? These guys gave more. I'm judging proportion. I'm not judging amount. For they have given a tiny part of their surplus. But she, poor as she is, has given everything that she has. So what is God looking at? It's not what you gave. It's the proportion of what you gave. Based on what I've given you, what are you showing gratitude with? That's what God is saying. So the first principle of giving is proportional principle. Every time you come to present something to God, He is judging your heart based on the proportion. Is this all you can acknowledge? Is this all the gratitude you can show from what I've done for you? This is why the subject of giving is for the mature. We don't talk giving whether we should or we should not. Those things are children talk. It's a business for the mature. And as I show you the reason for giving, you will understand it better. The second principle that governs giving, kingdom giving, is the principle of cheerfulness, or what you call willful giving. Cheerfulness. When you are giving, God is looking at you. 2 Corinthians 9, if you read from verse 6 to verse 8, we'll see the principle there. Give me NLT or TPT. Let's use some of these simpler translations. Remember this: a farmer who plants only a few seeds will get small crop, but one who plants generously will get generous crops. Next verse. You must each decide, are you seeing that? Willfully. You must each decide in your heart how much to give. So he's using the principle of farming to explain giving. This is why the fathers of old begin to speak of giving in terms of seed sowing. This is the foundation. You must decide in your heart how much to give, and don't give reluctantly. That means you shouldn't be motivated or persuaded to give. Because if you are persuaded or motivated, it means it's not yet a character of your spirit. What God is looking for is a character of the spirit. It's not bring money. The Bible said the cattle upon 1,000 hills are mine. It said if I need anything done, I won't ask you. So what is dealing with here is about your making. It said don't give reluctantly. Don't be motivated. Don't be persuaded. Don't give in response to pressure. It said for God loveth a person who gives cheerfully. We can stop here. So the second principle of giving is giving done willfully and cheerfully, not motivated. Some people only give when they preach, and I'm not asking anybody to give tonight, because that's not the idea. Some people only give when they preach violently about the blessings of giving, or they preach on the dangers of not giving. So on one side, they are either motivated, they take advantage of their lust, their selfishness to give, or they pressure them through fear to give. If you use any of those principles, you are dealing with children. Because some of us who are mature, if you like, talk from now till tomorrow, you can't coerce me to give. And if you like, threaten from now till tomorrow, you can't still pressure me to give. I've sat in church before where the pastor preached for 1 hour and told people to give because he listed 1,001 blessings, and he also gave curses and threats. I sat there. In order for everybody to give, they told everybody to stand up and come line by line. I sat like this. Usually when they are going line by line, at least 4 lines will be empty before they start sitting. I sat like this. Everybody came back and met me there. I told myself, this man can't be coerced. I give from understanding. So what I'm teaching you tonight is not to finish and say, now give your Isaac. That's not what we are doing here. We are raising a generation of people who have understanding. The second principle for giving is what? Cheerfulness. Don't be coerced. Don't be motivated. Don't be bullied into giving. Give cheerfully. And if you reach that place where you give cheerfully, it means you are mature. That means they don't need to announce a need before you give. They don't need to promise something to you before you give. It has become a character of your spirit man. Number 3, principle of giving is the principle of sacrifice. When people give, God knows. Many times it's an act of faith. You don't have anything, but you are yet giving. And that thing you are giving probably is your last. Like we saw the case of the widow. The Bible says she gave all that she had to live off. That's sacrifice. Both faith and sacrifice are all included here. And anybody who operates like this genuinely loves God. In 1 Kings chapter 3, from verse 3 to verse 4, the Bible spoke about Solomon. One of the graphic examples of sacrificial giving. It says Solomon loved the Lord. You can't sacrifice if you don't love God. That's why this principle is very important to God. For a widow to give all she has, even if it's faith she's exercising, it means she trusts in God's faithfulness and she trusts in God's love. And it also means she loves God. It said, and Solomon loved the Lord and followed all the decrees of his father David, except that Solomon too offered sacrifices and burnt incense at the local place of worship. So the third principle of giving in this kingdom is sacrifice. All our givings can be routed into 1, 2, or 3 of these principles. Either because you are showing gratitude in proportion to the blessings of God on your life, or because you are demonstrating your cheerful disposition, a character and a nature that you imbibe from God through your giving, or because you are making a sacrifice, which is a demonstration of the depth of your love for God and for his kingdom. You can't give outside of these 3 principles. It's impossible. Honor, faith are all under sacrifice. If you honor God, you will sacrifice. If you believe in God, you will sacrifice. If you love God, you will sacrifice. So these are the 3 underlying principles of giving. So any Christian who is not a giver is most likely an ungrateful Christian, because that person has not yet judged the extent of God's blessings on his or her life and is not responding in gratitude. Any Christian that is not a giver is not cheerful. That means he has not imbibed that character of God, that disposition of God that is expressed through liberality and generosity in all cheerfulness. And any Christian who is not a giver is most likely not sacrificial. The honor that person has for God is questionable. And as I show you the reasons why we give, you are going to see honor. The depth of that person's worship is questionable. As I show you from scripture, you are going to see that giving is worship. The depth of that person's love for God is questionable. Because if you love, you express it, amongst other things, through giving. So these are the 3 principles. And this is why we keep teaching about giving. It's not about how much. How much is important because it plays a role. But when God sees, he's seeing these principles, because they reveal to him different aspects of your heart. Proportional principle reveals gratitude. Cheerful principle reveals generosity and cheerfulness. And then sacrificial principle reveals honor, reveals love, and reveals faith in God. This is why giving is important to God. You need to understand this.